triple DPS, it's going to be a soldier. Momo can go in and completely deny that. So the D.Va pick up pretty good here. Now, however, Flash Wolves, they picked up the first kill here.
And that's a very important one because obviously the only tank on the side of Blank there. So now let's see what the rest of these players can do. They are just going to fall back to the early doorway. Now they should be able to re-engage. Kiki should be making his way back into this fight. Will be there be a contest? Indeed it will be. Flash Wolves getting extremely close to the cap, and indeed it does fall their way now. RPT looking to get a little bit of the Boopio going on, looking for a kill off the edge there. But the rest of his teammates just wiping this one up. Trill keeping it chill here with that Dragon Blade up in the back line, just wiping it up, and this should be recap for Blank. Indeed it is. Damage over here. Does have a lot of teammates to work with. Bacon Jack now picks up that kill onto Eat Up, so wins that Tracer duel. Manages to find Atar with the Pulse Bomb as well. Now Gumba left alone here, does manage to have Kiki to back him up, but finds a kill on him as well. Now Flash Wolves getting right in the thick of things here, wiping Blank out, and that's going to be a recap.
Big one, really especially, was Trill and his Dragon Blade. That's now not available. Zonda just simply reacted, used Tactical Visor, that shut him down. Now Flash Wolves, it's an overtime. They can just simply kill Blank as they start coming in, but how many ults do they have? Only Transcendence, and that's now run out.
But that doesn't matter though, as they already at that disadvantage there. There was a couple of trades now coming up from the side of Blank, and Eat Up trying for this hero play right now. He's going to have to deal with Zonda on the point, but he does have the likes of Momo to back him up here as well. Eat Up trying to contest there. He drops down overtime, ticking down, and Flash Wolves are going to be setting the tone of this one. A different level of intensity coming up from the side of Blank, but Eat Up still opting on that Tracer. Did quite a decent amount of work in that last engagement. Now they are already getting pushed off this one as Flash Wolves get a little bit better position here, but they're walking into the rifle of Atar. But he's now instantly pressured, gets taken out of this fight as well, and this is going to be Flash Wolves completely.
Yeah, I mean, Flash Wolves, they pulled back and they punished Kiki as soon as he jumped in. I mean, Winston, it's a dangerous thing to go in. You get a lot of cleave damage, your shield's there, sure, but it's Blank. If they go in early enough, they might be able to take a fight where that advantage is not going to be a huge thing, but Bacon Jack surely is going to get his ultimate ready.
Well, 5-on-5 right now. The Pulse Bomb from Eat Up opening things up there, getting a double with that one. The mech of Momo there, and now Eat Up should be able to wipe out these last few squishy players up in the back lines here. Cap going to be falling in the way of Blank. Nothing Flash Wolves can save this one. Gumba hitting the Transcendence though to swing the fight back in their favor.
Blank are slowly losing this fight, but they've been holding on to the point for a very long time. I mean, still, they're losing members here, but look at all the percentage that's racking up. We're sitting at 70% here. This is the time where even if Blank do lose the point here, they can still come back in and be in a very strong position, giving Flash Wolves the option of only one more fight.
No, this is absolutely great stuff there from Blank. That huge Transcendence from Gumba there just to keep this fight going for such an extended amount of time. Now 84% on the cap. Nothing really
shot last fight. After this, it's going to be desperation.
Oh, that's big. That's big right there. Trill managing to take out Realment very early into that, but he gets taken out before he gets to use the Dragon Blade. Now the Tactical Visor from Atar needs to do work. He needs to put that broom out and clean this one up. And Eat Up there with that Pulse Bomb as well, managing to find that support. A couple of trades there for the side of Flash Wolves, but Eat Up very muchly uncontested in the back lines here. But this Winston is just going in right now. Jongi is absolutely huge with Bacon Jack at his side. There's nothing they can do there. Can't even keep it into overtime.
Right now, you've got Farah up in the sky, not a great defensive hero, but it's actually Blank getting incredibly aggressive and getting the mech already at the start of this fight.
So they will be able to get themselves in a decent position here. Don't have to worry too much about that defense matrix for a little while just yet. This might be Flash Wolves giving up the first cap here, but let's see how they're going to deal with this. Bacon Jack taken out early there by Eat Up, and Atar getting around the side here, looking to find himself some kills. Sound Barrier is going to have to be committed into this one, but Flash Wolves are not letting up. They're not scared of the Sound Barrier at all. Pulse Bomb thrown out. That's going to take Zonda out, and that's going to be a big kill. But look at that. Bacon Jack finds his Pulse Bomb onto Kiki. So now Flash Wolves coming out on top here. This should be them capping the point off Blank, unless anyone can hold on to this.
Wow, and that was a fight where Flash Wolves, they could have even backed off of that because they forced out a lot of ultimates from Blank, but instead, they managed to...
Through this fight, Zonda hitting the Tactical Visor as well. This should be a very easy fight for them to finish up as Blank are just getting caught up in this choke point, but Atar finding that kill on the Realment. This is now going to be the moment for Eat Up to push in, try and find himself Sinclair. Indeed he does. The mech going to be dropping from Momo as well, and now Blank answering back, finding themselves some kills here, but Zonda, he's so hard to deal with. They have to commit a lot of players to it. This should be the recap now for Blank as Flash Wolves get themselves to 50%.
And in a really similar situation, Blank, out of just as basic a kit.
Sound barrier now coming through as well. This should be all that Blank needs to push them through as Atar hits that tactical visor as well, picks up a pair. Is that going to be enough though? Can the rest of the Blank side do the work? Eat-Up has been having a little bit of a hard time trying to find some of these kills now, but no one has really noticed him just yet. Can he manage to finish off Sinclair? That's going to be a hugely important kill, but a lot of damage being sent the rest of his way. Gumba does go down there, but Blank surely coming up with a lot of these kills now. Overtime ticking down. There's still a lot of contests now coming up from Flash Wolves. They can make their way back to the point.
Bacon Jack, he's got Pulse Bomb. If he gets value out of it, he doesn't, but he's still picking up kills.
There's a big self-destruct just to buy a little bit of time, but it looks like Flash Wolves should be able to recap off this.
No way, they actually managed to come in. Blank had everything in the world there.
Have more ultimates in the bank, the side of Flash Wolves. There's the sound barrier now coming up for the side of Blank. Optimistic Pulse Bomb there. Doesn't connect. Atar finds that kill onto Realman, but there comes the trade right back. It's going to be Sinclair picking up Atar here, but look at Eat-Up. He's got that Pulse Bomb. He's up in the back lines. He finds that kill as well. Finds a second as well. That is absolutely huge now for the side of Blank. Overtime ticking down. They are back in control of the point as well. It's going down. Is anyone on Flash Wolves there to stop it? It's going to be Zonda, the big man himself. Can they even find that kill onto him? Indeed they do, and the overtime ticks down, but it's back again. It's a sneaky Lucio right back onto the point, and surely this is going to be Blank picking up their first stage.
Let's look at the compositions, right? You've got Trill on Genji instead of K-Momo on D.Va, right? So you've got to start getting value out of that Dragon Blade more than what K-Momo can do with his defense matrix, which shuts down Atar's ult, which has the possibility of shutting down a Pulse Bomb from Eat You Up. But hey, look, when you get picks at the start of the fight, that's also enough to
What is happening? That's an absolute mess here. Bacon Jack in such a great early position there, getting himself around up on the high ground and managing to flank the side of Blank as that fight starts there. Blank don't even exist in this.
Where close there is, even Bacon Jack is going to take a while to ramp up to his, so here's the advantage.
This Dragon Blade needs to come up big right now, but look at that Transcendence coming through as well, very early from Gumba just to push him through this, but Sinclair has a Transcendence of his own there. Now that Tac Visor as well coming through from Atar, picks up the first one onto Realman, and this seems to be the kill that they seem to be able to open with, but then Flash Wolves just answer back. Now finally, 3 kills there in the way of Blank. This is surely their fight to win, their cap to gain, and indeed it is. But Blank have nothing to really protect them from this other than the D.Va. Doesn't really find too much mileage out of it actually. It's going to be the self-destruct coming through just to buy them a little bit of space here. Now Kiki drops down. Eat-Up finally does manage to pick up a kill in the back lines, but still Zonda just going to work here. No one really putting enough pressure onto him. And this is surely going to be Flash Wolves coming out on top of this fight. And with 97%, is there anyone on the Blank side that's going to be able to contest? There's a sneaky little RQT on the point. He falls as well now. Now here comes this recap from Flash Wolves. 98,
is anyone
99,
close?
overtime ticking down. Eat-Up with a dream, throws a Pulse Bomb out, gets a kill. Overtime ticking down. It's still kept alive right now by Kiki. But what is going on here? There's no one else. Gets smacked away by the Primal Rage, and that's going to be Flash Wolves picking up the first map. Unbelievable, and Blank hold on to this. They need to pick themselves up another kill because the position that Flash Wolves have here is so very strong. Look at where Bacon Jack is. The sound barrier coming in now. It's going to be diving in from Kiki as well. He doesn't really manage to trap much of these Flash Wolves players, and they easily just retreat out of this fight. Atar, though, finds a very big kill onto Bacon Jack, so that's going to be big for them, but they still have control of that high ground. Atar now in a huge spot of bother here, just in the nick of time gets healed up. Big Pulse Bomb, though. Oh my goodness, that's going to be huge there as Eat-Up manages to find a triple. Look at that self-destruct position, though. Boom! There goes Eat-Up out of this fight. And is that all hope lost for Blank? Not with Atar hitting that tactical visor. Good sleep there as well. Can they finish off Bacon Jack? No, they can't. He now has another Transcendence as well to work with. Nano Boost coming through onto Trill here. So Blank need to get themselves back onto this because obviously Flash Wolves having a very short time to run back onto the point.
Yeah, that's desperation. They're throwing the Nano Burst onto D.Va. You know you need to get in there, use the survivability of the ult just to keep on the point right now. They're still losing members. The self-destruct has to absolutely get some kills, but it's only going to zone them enough. Blank, they're just buying time here.
Yep, Zonda being able to push up in the front here, just only being blocked out by Trill. No real pressure being put onto him. Trill loses the mech now as well, and this is surely going to be Flash Wolves capping out point number 1 in quite a good time as well. Let's see how they do in this street space.
Really fast, and now they still have these defensive ultimates to still survive on the point. Bacon Jack's looking for a sneaky little kill here.
It's the Atar Genji. Does he even need to use the Pulse Bomb? It looks like negative as Gumba falls to the pistols here of Bacon Jack. Now Bacon Jack just going to work in the back lines. Tactical visor from Zonda to just clean things up here. Getting cap number 2 very quickly now. Flash Wolves 3 minutes left to get all the way to the end. Waiting after this. Bacon Jack jumping straight up into the back lines. There comes the Transcendence out of the side of Blank to counteract that sound barrier being used for Flash Wolves there. K-Momo going to be throwing in that self-destruct. Atar still hasn't just yet used the Dragon Blade, and Flash Wolves all up in the front lines here. Now Atar needs to find something, just swinging in the air, cannot only finds Realman. Is that going to be enough though? 2 kills apiece now, so we're in this 4v4. Obviously Spawner's advantage for Blank right now, but Flash Wolves are coming up with the kills. Can Atar contest enough while he's just by himself? Trill going to be slowly staggering back out, managing to push this one along just a little bit longer, but it looks like Flash Wolves should surely be able to get this one over as they kill the trickling respawners out.
Every single kill counts here for Blank. That's a really long respawn for Flash Wolves. They've got 1 kill onto Bacon Jack, but surely that's not enough. Zonda is just sitting back there completely uncontested, just shooting out everyone as soon as they respawn, and this is going to be the payload, making it all the way to the end of the 3rd checkpoint against Blank.
And Blank are looking extremely empty right now.
If there's any hope, it's that, well, I guess Realman died at the end of the fight there. They've got 1 small window, but it's a Lucio. He can get back to the point reasonably quickly. They're just looking for 1 pick. This is the entire Blank strategy right now, is getting a headshot, getting a kill, and going with a numbers advantage. This is all they've got to go with.
And Eat Up cannot find a kill at all. Kiki up in the front lines doing a decent... Oh, finds that sneaky kill there onto K-Momo as he throws out the self-destruct. Now counter self-destruct coming through from Blank there, but with Atar and Trill down, things are not looking too good. Trill did manage to pick up a support there on the side of Flash Wolves. It was a Zenyatta, but I don't think that's going to be enough. No one really contesting Zonda up on the high ground.
But now that the fight's got a little bit messy, Eat Up has a little bit more room to play with. He's actually finding kills here, but someone has to actually stay on the point, and eventually Blank tanks are going to run out. Bacon Jack, he's still running around. He's still a problem.
Oh, the pressure put straight onto Eat Up there. RQT getting taken down as well by Zonda. Overtime ticking down. Blank got extremely close to capping that one out, but can they throw bodies back onto the point? The whole side of Flash Wolves are back now. Atar coming in with the hero play, but that Transcendent should easily be able to keep everyone alive through that. Atar just getting taken out by that tactical visor there, and I have no answer here. Blank cannot do anything, and Flash Wolves full hold.
Especially if they pick it up on the Zonda. But they're getting a mech kill there.
Atar just charging in, isn't even worried. He's going to pick himself up this Winston as well here. So now Blank really should be able to push into this one. Oh, look at Eat Up. Such great positioning there. Getting a lot of work done with this one. Now Atar being the big change here on that Tracer, really pushing in and forcing Flash Wolves back. This is going to be a very fast first cap here for Blank.
Well, Flash Wolves
having trouble just pushing in now. Gets up into Zonda's face here. Hits the Dragon Blade very early. Finds absolutely nothing there. Does not manage to take Zonda down. He's got that tactical visor up as well and just takes down RQT. Does he even manage to get the sound barrier off? He did though. But look at this. Blank are just getting absolutely wiped right now. Self-destruct, a little bit of a consolation kill there. Overtime ticking down. This is surely going to be all Flash Wolves holding this down on point number 2. Not even letting Blank get a single % here. So this is absolutely insane. Again, these Blank players can throw bodies at the point, but this is just this is not going to do anything for them here. And Flash Wolves, great point 2 defense yet again. Blank such an integral part of the Blank side here. This is going to be a disaster for them. As you can see, Gumba falls down now as well. Nano Boost having to be forced out onto the Diva. Self-destruct being used in that enclosed room. Surely Flash Wolves can deal with that. Indeed they can. They get themselves back out of that, back onto the point. Start getting a little bit of cap time now. All of these Flash Wolves players are alive, and look at all the ultimates they have to work with. This is absolutely insane coming up from the Flash Wolves side, because now they've got such a huge amount of momentum to work with.
Break out the sweat towels, not just Blank, but Blank fans as well, because they're facing down almost 6 ultimates coming onto the second point. This is the best moment for Flash Wolves to strike right now.
He can find this kill up onto the high ground that he was using himself. There goes Trill as well. This is looking disastrous now for Blank. There comes the attack visor as well. There surely should be now kills coming out in the way of Flash Wolves, and indeed it is. Blank just falling to pieces right now. What is actually happening? And still so many ultimates to work with. Flash Wolves looking so strong. Here, there it is! And that's going to be Flash Wolves taking the series 3-0. What have we just witnessed?